Hi guys, so I just switched places again. I came from Lourdes, France, where it was about um, visiting the place where this woman had the apparitions of Maria, and now I'm on the Atlantic side again of the West Coast, and I'm gonna do some super important now reflections. This is gonna be very interesting, especially also for men. So, okay, let's see how I start this. People usually suffer the lack of good experience within the body, or the inability to manifest. That's what they usually, because if you were able to manifest everything and you were able to feel very good in your body, then you normally wouldn't look for anything because you would be like, oh, this is such a nice experience. So if there were no suffering, I would go so far to say if there were no suffering, there would be no spirituality. Because you would feel that which you're seeking. So you'd feel, for example, if you felt tremendous love, you wouldn't feel that you need spirituality. Let's say you would feel every day and every moment tremendous love. You wouldn't feel that you need something in spirituality. So what people are suffering is the experience or the inability to manifest. You could also say the inability to manifest the experience. And here comes something interesting. And I'm going to have to divide this in a couple of things, in a couple of sections. The first thing is that the solar plexus, the male solar plexus or the solar plexus energy is the doer energy, is the energy that manifests things into the 3D world in terms of like, I move this object from here to here. Incidentally, this same energy is massively attractive to women as a man. So if I have the ability to move things from here to here and I exude that energy with the confidence I can move things from here to here, that is massively attractive for women for very simple reasons, because the ability to manifest and move resources is exactly what you as a man provide within a family in a traditional sense. And this on a very low basic biological level that is extremely attractive. The moment you lack these abilities, for example, insecurity, lack of confidence, inability to move objects around, or resources around, basically does exactly the opposite. And you can try this. And the solar plexus is something that can be trained. This is one of the interesting things. The solar plexus can be ultra trained. So for example, right now I started bodybuilding again, and you cannot see it yet very well on the stream that I started training again. It doesn't look like that. And I also have a certain age, but it's the ability to move things around, the body around, in a way that it creates the ability to move things even better about, because with strength you can move things even better about. So if you see your attractiveness level based off of this solar plexus energy, the doer energy, you can move things about, then you start to slowly change the experience. You're basically moving away from the a feeling of victim of earthly existence to this idea, like people say, I'm a creator and stuff like that. I'm the creator of the universe. And the letting go, the realization of the self, and letting go that, trust in the universe that everything comes at its own right time, um, can give you a peaceful state, but it's not a it's not inherent to spiritual awakening to have a specific state. It's just the realization that each state is contained within awareness. And so the question becomes, am I letting go and being frustrated about, not having the experience? Because you could be like me, 6, 7, 8 years of spiritual awakening, but not having the feeling of real peaceful moments. It's just the awakening itself is real and it happened, but it didn't give me this feeling of, let's say, true contentment or peace. You could argue it's because of the mind, blah, blah, blah. But I would argue that the male body has the imperative to survive and procreate. And if those things are not attended to, I believe the male body, not speaking about awareness, but the male body will produce in some form or fashion unhappiness. And then I think it's ingrained in us and it's a sign, like a little bit like Andrew Tate said, I think it's a sign to step up in a way. And this is what this is something that I'm looking at very seriously now, because I'm starting to doubt the the non-doingness of awakening. You know what I mean? So just being aware and letting things happen as they want to. I highly doubt that. Um, because it's just not how things work in the universe, in this incarnation. You never see anyone, you know, not doing anything, basically. And the question is often is, does an awakened person not do anything? No, but there's certain things, for example, in society, um, that need to be taken care of, administrative tasks, for example. And if you're super just aware of awareness, you basically don't take care of them. Um, and even Mooji has people, other people who take care of it. And I think the case of the spiritual teacher is always super unique because he has lots of people around him that take care of stuff. You don't have, unless you have a company with lots of people that do stuff for you. You in the normally you don't have anyone around you that takes care of things, that fixes stuff. You have to do it on your own. And look at, for example, at Rupert Spira. He does all the time. He puts videos up all the time. Mooji, the Sangha of Mooji puts videos up all the time. Um, it's not. They don't leave it to chance. They're not like, okay, let's see when we feel like putting up another video. You know, it's basically it's become a routine, and they have a plan basically. And so I'm starting to doubt the idea of not doing anything. And incidentally, like I said before, the interesting thing is about very strong solar plexus energy, it's super attractive to women. And if it's super attractive to women, maybe there's some truth to it. Why would it, you know? It's almost as if awakening is not there for awakening itself, but almost like as if awakening were a tool for conscious manifestation. It's as almost that if awakening gives you the ideas that are needed for conscious manifestation instead of unconscious manifestation. Because otherwise, we could just sit in a cave, right, and not eat and not drink until we die. Yeah, I would love to know what people think about it. Maybe in my Telegram group. Mm. And it's interesting. I find it extremely interesting the idea of working on your solar plexus to to exude a sense of I am able to move things about around. I'm able to move resources around. I think that's something that attracts me a lot because it's like a very healthy, I would say almost like a healthy masculinity. Um, for that, I find this very very interesting. Um, and because of also most beings are very primitive in the sense that they recognize that's it's a little bit like if a very hot Spanish girl or Latin girl goes around and you look at her ass and you're like, wow, like I want to tap that ass. um, the same way also women react to this sense of I'm able to move resources around the solar plexus energy. And it's interesting with determination, with power, with clarity. Um, and I think that if men learn that they cannot move things around for whatever reason, it breaks them. I have a feeling it breaks them. And I think they're just using the wrong strategy. Maybe it's not with your soul plan. Maybe the strategy is not with their soul plan. And so, yeah, the more I think about it, the more sense it makes because the more people I speak to, it seems to be really their core problem. Their core problem. Do I experience peace through spirituality? Do I experience a sense of power by being able to move things around? And if both are not there, it becomes a suffering experience, and that doesn't make much sense. It's almost like it's raining, but it's not raining. I don't know what this water is. it is raining. I don't know. Let's check. Hope it's not. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I think it's a very interesting topic for discussion. I'm sure it's gonna come up more.